Oh my gosh. Here I am ready to record season 4 of Kool Flix, the hottest show everyone's talking about on the internet. And I'm just waiting for my co-host, Matt. Oh, zero.
Hey, Paul.
Hey, Matt.
Wow, it's been so long.
So nice of you to show up.
Oh, dude, I'm sorry I was late. I had all this stuff happen to me, like all these helicopters that were chasing me, and then they shot some stuff at me, and I fell in this building, and I tried to get up, but I squished a bus, and then I had to go into the Shakopee River, whatever river is close to here. I can't keep that straight because I just had this whole stuff. Anyway, but now I'm here so we can review the movie that we're gonna review.
Wow, that's quite a lot of excuses, and they sound pretty fake, to be honest. I guess because you went in the river, you couldn't wear your special sweater.
Yes, that is why I forgot my special sweater. I'm glad that you mentioned that. Because now I'm wearing this. I got this at a diner. There was one that had a pig on it, but I picked this one because I thought it was more, you know.
Kool Flix.
Kool Flix. It could be your new favorite show. Kool Flix. Movies and more. I tried and I tried to find the right YouTube video to make my life feel alright and fill all my holes, but now I think I finally found it. It's called
Welcome to Kool Flix.
Welcome to Kool Flix.
I'm Kool Flixter Paul.
Kool Flixter Matt.
He's Kool Flixter Matt.
Kool Flixter Matt.
And today on the show, we're going to be discussing a new film from Japan called Shin Godzilla.
Or Godzilla Resurgence.
Or Shin Gojira. Take your pick. We saw the clip.
Already?
Apparently, it just played without an introduction. Stupid clip durator.
It's probably breaking just like everything else.
Cliperator in the screen. I guess it's time to summarize this film for those of you who haven't seen it.
Alright.
So,
You gonna do it?
I guess I could do it. I mean,
I don't want to go back into the summary.
I don't want to go back into the summary zone either, but I have a better time there than you do. I think it's because of an increased body mass. Allows me to handle the subspace photon transfer a little bit better.
Let's do it.
Okay, here I go. Assume the transfer position. Now I know it all too well. What's going to happen when I get old and gray and I'm too stiff to do this pose anymore? Oh no! Oh no! Everyone can see my flip flops. It's humid but dry at the same time. I don't know how. My home away from home. Movie Shin Godzilla is about what happens when Japan meets giant monster. This is the newest Godzilla film from Toho, people who make all the original ones. This one ain't got nothing to do with those. It's called Shin Godzilla for a reason. Shin, of course, being the Japanese word for new, true, or God, all of which could apply to this movie. The word has 3 meanings! Anyway, in the movie, there's a strange thing in the water, and the people of Japan are like, what? And then the government men are like, wah, 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 wah. And then, I don't know, Godzilla comes on land, and then they shoot rockets at him, but, don't work. And then the guy try and blow him up, but then the scientists are like, no, I think there's a way we can stop Godzilla with this scientific device. Anyway, Godzilla, action, explosions, what do you need to know? Alright, time to leave the summary zone. every minute here is like 10 days in the surface world.
Oh, that was scary.
Yeah.
That was frightening.
Too spooky.
Mm-hmm. I don't know why we do that even. We could just like summarize the movie without going to that god-awful place.
Yeah. Anyway,
yeah. So, what did you think of Godzilla?
Well, I thought it was pretty good. Godzilla, he's a fun guy, and the Godzilla movie was a fun movie. We were saying something about how you thought it was offensive.
Yeah, I mean, as you know what I am, I just kind of think like the portrayal of Godzilla, it was a little bit offensive.
What do you mean as what you are? What are you exactly? Like a giant monster? Like a giant Godzilla monster?
Like a
kaiju?
Like a kaiju.
Okay, man. You're really making stuff up now. And why would...
Every day I have to live with this, being in a kaiju, and then I gotta go to the theater and have it thrown in my face, and it's like...
But what about it offended you?
They have nothing good to say about Godzilla. He's not like a protagonist. I've seen some of these Godzilla movies, and he's like a good guy. And this one,
It's true. He was a good guy that one time when he was fighting King Ghidorah a few times. He's a good guy. He's a good guy. And the one where he fights against Jet Jaguar. Jet Jaguar was the good guy. Well, let's see. When he fights Rodan is kind of his enemy. He's like his rival, but neither of them are really good. They're kind of neutral.
Well, let's just pretend to put the facade of professionalism, a cloak of professionalism over this, and say
our thoughts on the film.
Yeah.
Well, this Godzilla was different from a lot of Godzillas. It was a reboot of the Godzilla franchise. It pays no attention to the past. It's just a true movie about what would happen if Godzilla suddenly showed up in Japan in 2016. And what would happen, apparently, is that the government would talk a lot and not get anything done, and then Godzilla would kind of shamble around, sort of breaking stuff, and eventually get, meet his end. What did you think of this one, Matt?
Alright, so everything with Godzilla on screen, I thought the design for Godzilla was probably the strongest I've ever seen. Godzilla has never looked as cool to me, or it's kind of spooky. I think that going forward, I hope to see more sequels with this design. The way he's presented, the science is really interesting and exciting, and there's some sequences of destruction here that rival like anything that you see in Hollywood. You get this like gut-wrenching just feeling of destruction for one sequence in particular. So I loved all that stuff. That was great. Some of the CGI was a little bit iffy, but
a little Sharknado,
but that didn't bother me too much. That wasn't a big detractor. The stuff with the bureaucracy was interesting for me up to a point, but there's just too much of it, and it didn't really have any reward for all of it in the end, so that stuff is kind of boring. And the fact of the matter is the ratio is like 70-30 between those two things.
Well, that's always been the ratio for Godzilla.
It is the ratio.
And everybody makes that excuse every time, and it's kind of like, why do you even like it? There's not enough Godzilla. But it's like a reward thing to get Godzilla. The boring talking. I think as far as Godzilla movies go, this is a big success. If you like Godzilla movies, if you're down to see a bunch of people just like talking about Godzilla and waxing poetic about Godzilla and how he's a god incarnate and his nature coming together, then finally you get to see some Godzilla action, and then at the end, if you can handle that, this is a prime example. There's a lot of new, fresh Godzilla stuff, but then they use the old theme in there. Get some nostalgia points.
And if you're an Evangelion fan, this is like a big, long Evangelion episode.
Yeah, so the director of this movie, his name is Hideaki Anno. It was also co-directed by another guy who has worked with him in the past. And Hideaki Anno is famous for doing the Neon Genesis Evangelion television series, pictured here between us. It's a real dark series about giant robots that fight against giant monsters, so he would be a natural fit to do Godzilla. And this movie is just ripe with his stylings. There's titles for everyone. Like anytime a new character's on screen, it'll say his name and then what his position is. Anytime there's a new location, it'll say like this thing here, which like that's a tradition that goes back in anime for years and years to like Space Battleship Yamato and stuff. But that could be a little weird if you're not familiar with that. And then, the design of Godzilla, he's so spooky and scary, and he looks like hell. He's so inhuman, like. It's a little bit of a spoiler, but the first time you see Godzilla, he's not really Godzilla. He's like this weird baby Godzilla. You know what I'm talking about? And he's got this spooky, he's big bug eyes, and he looks really otherworldly, and he just doesn't seem to care what's going on around him very much. And it gives him this really spooky feel. So I think that the tone of this one
there's a lot of mystery to the creature.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that for fans of Godzilla, let's get into our recommendations, man.
Okay.
All right. So, time for a new segment on Kool Flix.
New segment.
In addition to our hot new sponsors pictured here, we were also going to have some new segments, and the first one is.
I think that if you are a fan of this series, this is probably the new bar. So.
Yeah, and if maybe
you know where the bar is, this is probably above that. I don't, but if you do.
Did you like the U.S. Godzilla from 2 years ago?
No, not really. It had the same problem that this one had for me. The human characters were flat and boring and unrewarding. Everything with Godzilla was engaging and interesting, except for Bryan Cranston, but that was only the first part of the movie.
I think the characters in this one are a little bit better than that.
They were better than that.
They were more interesting. Maybe, yeah. I think for Godzilla fans, this is a big winner, but they're weird.
They are weird.
They're a bunch of
weirdos. I think that fans of action movies will enjoy the destruction in Godzilla seeing on screen, but I think they will be bored to tears by.
And I don't think the destruction will be enough.
It won't be enough, no.
People. Like if you like the big. Speaking of resurgences, if you like Independence Day's Resurgence or something, this is not like that. Like it's not quite as much of a epic destruction fest.
No.
But the destruction is more better. It's more meaningful because Godzilla's doing it. So have some taste. I want to stop you quick because this movie made a lot of Japan money. It made a lot of money in Japan. Big money for Toho, the studio. Good for them. This is the most successful Godzilla movie they've had in a long time. However, and in America, it's actually doing kind of good too. It was in like a limited amount of theaters, but
they extended it because it made so much money.
They extended it because it made lots of money, which is great. But I find it a little baffling because I don't think that the average moviegoer would like this at all.
No, I don't think so. I think they would have the same problem that the action film goer would have.
If you think about, if you know this going in, it might help. I didn't know, but the whole movie is sort of a reference to the earthquake disaster that Japan had a few years back, where their nuclear thing exploded and there was radiation going around everywhere.
Yeah, there's a big plot there's a big point in the plot, like where Godzilla is spilling radiation wherever he goes.
And there's a part where he's in the water and the government is like, we don't think he can come on land. He probably can't come on land.
Yeah,
and then he immediately comes on land.
That was funny.
I think that's a reference to like the radiation people are like, oh, it's not gonna
go bad.
So that knowing that might help you enjoy it more. There's a lot of subtext. I think it's a smart movie. It's just a little maybe too long.
Yeah, definitely too long.
Well, man, I thought maybe we should call our friend Brandon because he saw the movie with us, and he's an average stupid moviegoer.
Is that the guy that kept eating my popcorn, which I didn't have because I didn't have popcorn?
Yeah, he kept eating our popcorn that we didn't have. Well, I'll get him up on the phone and we'll have a little talk with him. We'll supply an image of kind of what he looks like to represent him.
Hello?
Hey, Brandon, do you have a minute?
Yes, 1 minute.
All right, 1 minute.
Right now.
Now, I'm sitting here with Matt, and we're recording a Kool Flix, and we were wondering if we could maybe get your hot take on the movie via cellular device.
What movie?
Well, today we're talking about Shin Godzilla, and you saw it with us, and we wanted to get your hot take on it.
Am I on the air right now?
You are on the air.
You're live to
Hey,
recording.
Mom!
Don't talk to your parents or anything.
Hey, Brendan's mom.
We're just looking for a review of the movie. Please don't say anything else.
Alright. Shin Godzilla was the best movie I saw last weekend. By far.
Did you see any other movies last weekend?
No.
All right. What did you like about it?
I liked the Japanese work ethic. I liked their suits. I liked their body fat percent. They were all very skinny. I liked the subtle humor.
Is there anything you didn't like about it?
I thought some of the CGI was a little bad.
A little Sharknado.
A little Sharknado, yeah. Though I think the further Godzilla evolved, the better the CG looked, actually.
Yeah, we agree. All right, Brandon, how many stars would you like to give it? We here at Kool Flix give out of 5 stars. How many stars?
3.7 stars.
All right, our first ever non-half fraction, decimal. Well, thank you, Brandon, our friend Brandon. Is there anything you'd like to say out to the world?
Hi, Mom.
Okay.
You already said
All right, we're hanging up.
Thank you.
Goodbye. So let's give it our personal ratings, the only ratings that matter, personal star ratings.
You can go first.
I'm going to give this one. This is a personal rating. Doesn't have anything to do with anything. I give this one 4 stars.
God, I feel bad, but I'm gonna give it 2.5 because
It's consistent with.
that is consistent with me. The ratios.
Are off, and they're off for the whole series. And I don't know, the human stuff needed to have some kind of more consistent arc. Like the characters sort of have arcs, but they're not engaging enough. And if it had better pacing and the ratios were just right, I would give it.
Well, I think the ratios are quite right.
Do you think they're right?
Ladies.
I
Godzilla for a Godzilla.
Yeah, but for a Godzilla movie, but I mean, look at the
Godzilla-
quality of the series before it. It's,
Well, this has been Kool Flix, everyone.
this has been Kool Flix, the Shin Godzilla review.
Shin Godzilla. Once again, I'm Paul.
And I'm Matt. Please like and subscribe and comment.
Please check us out on Instagram.
On Instagram, on
Facebook,
Facebook,
on our YouTube channel,
on
our
Twitter,
Tumblr.
Tumblr,
And we'll see you next time for who knows what.
or when.
Or when. And cut!
Cut.
Oh, jeez, that was a real...
What was that all about? Why were you giving me all this crap about me being a monster? I thought we talked about this before the show, and now you're humiliating me on camera.
Whatever, man. Why don't you just calm down, okay?
It's hard. I got all these monster blood hormones going through my body.
Listen, I don't believe that you're a monster. First of all, I don't believe it. And second of all, even if you were a monster, I ain't scared of you not know how, alright? I've seen you naked. I know what I'm looking at, and I ain't scared of nothing.
I'm just gonna stand up. I'm gonna squish you. Oh my god! You're giant! Let's check out a clip.
Let's check out one more clip.